Hello students, today we are going to start with the new chapter of Science 2, that is Life Processes in Living Organism Part 2. In the last chapter, that is Life Processes Part 1, we studied regarding various cell divisions, types of cell divisions, mitosis and meiosis. Today we are going to see how this cell division helps in formation of a new life. Now when we speak regarding life processes, especially reproduction, that is the main core of this particular chapter. How does reproduction occurs, or what is reproduction? Reproduction is nothing but procreation. Procreation means to create a new organism, same like that of the parent. But there are various modes of this reproduction. For example, even a snake reproduces, a plant also reproduces, a microorganism also reproduces. But there are various patterns of their reproduction, or various ways are there of their reproduction. The main two types of reproduction are asexual and sexual. First we will start with asexual mode of reproduction. Now what is asexual mode of reproduction? In this reproduction only one parent is involved. Only one parent is involved, and that from that parent only the new individual is formed, which is exactly the replica, exactly the same copy of the parent. Now in various organisms it takes place in different ways. As we saw, organisms are of two types, unicellular and multicellular. Same way, the pattern of asexual mode of reproduction is different for unicellular and different for multicellular. We'll start with unicellular organisms. Now what do you mean by unicellular organisms? Organisms whose body is made up of a single cell. They are unicellular. Example, amoeba, paramecium. So here we will start with reproduction, asexual mode of reproduction in case of unicellular organisms. We'll start with amoeba. How does amoeba reproduce? The process by which amoeba reproduce is known as binary fission. Now as amoeba doesn't have a proper shape, it reproduces by simple binary fission. Now what is this simple binary fission? The actual parent cell gets divided into two cells in favorable condition. In favorable condition means when food is available in enough and more quantity, water is available in plenty, at that time this type of reproduction takes place. Now food is available in plenty, water is available in plenty, amoeba reproduces by binary fission. The mother cell, after maturity, it divides into two parts. Mitotic division it takes place. Whatever content is present in the parent is equally divided into daughter cells, and finally two different daughter cells are formed from the parent cell. That is binary fission. Now in case of amoeba, as I told you earlier, it is simple binary fission. In case of paramecium, it is transverse binary fission, and in case of euglena, it is longitudinal binary fission. Again, I will make you remember that this binary fission, this type of reproduction, it occurs only in favorable condition. In unfavorable condition, it doesn't occur. Then what happens? How does amoeba reproduce or a protozoan reproduce when the conditions are unfavorable? Unfavorable means food is not available in plenty, water is not available, that means we can say in summer season. How does it reproduce? It reproduces by multiple fission. Multiple, as said, in many, in more number. Now how does it becomes or it multiplies into more number? Actually, around the parent, a cyst is developed, a covering is developed, and inside that covering, the one cell, it will divide to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 8, 8 to 16, 16 to 32, like this it will divide and divide and divide. And once the outer condition becomes favorable, that means when the rainy season starts, water starts accumulating, at that time the cyst will break and all these daughter cells will start moving into the water. This is multiple fission in case of unicellular organisms. Now this was regarding protozoans. How does fungi reproduce? You have heard regarding yeast which is used for production of bread. It is unicellular fungus. Now this yeast, it reproduces by the process of budding. Actually the nucleus of yeast, it divides mitotically. Then a rhizome is developed on the body of yeast where this nucleus is transferred. So it is just a daughter cell. Once this daughter cell becomes matured, it will detach from the parent body. So it appears just like a bud on the body of the parent, and so this process we call it as budding. So yeast reproduces by the process of budding. This is also a sexual mode of reproduction. Now this was regarding unicellular organisms. Now we will see how does reproduction takes place in case of multicellular organisms. Now as we say multicellular, that means the body is made up of many cells. We will take the very primitive example, for example Spirogyra. Spirogyra is a multicellular organism. It is an aquatic plant, algae. Body is having many cells elongated just like railway compartments. The body is of this plant. It is just like square shaped nice good plant cells are seen here. Accidentally, if this body of Spirogyra is broken and if a complete cell is present in that broken body, a new plant will be developed, a new plant body will be developed. It doesn't occur only in case of Spirogyra, but it also occurs in case of sponges like Cycon. Cycon, if it is getting fragmented, broken into pieces, from every piece a new individual will be developed. That is fragmentation. The process of fragmentation in case of multicellular organisms. Another one example, same budding, but this time budding is in case of Hydra. Hydra is multicellular. On the body of Hydra, parent Hydra, a rhizome is seen, just like a bud. Whatever material is present in the body of the parent, same material will be seen in the body of that Hydra also, the small Hydra. The bud Hydra, it will be seen, tentacles will be developed, and once it becomes fully grown, it will detach from the body of the parent and it will start leading its individual life. That is process of budding in case of Hydra. So in multicellular we saw one process, that was fragmentation, second one was budding. The third one is regeneration. You have seen that lizards, they discharge or discard their tail, and once they discard their tail, a new tail is developed. How does it happen? In case of reptiles, they have a special character, or we can say special characteristics of regeneration. Now regeneration is seen in case of animals like planaria. If planaria is cut into pieces, it gets cut into pieces, from every piece a new individual is developed. For example, if the head is getting cut, the remaining body part will be generated from the head. If the tail is getting cut, from the tail the remaining body part will be developed. If middle portion is there, from the middle portion the remaining body part will be developed. Like this, individuals can be developed from a single part of that particular organism. The complete new organism can be developed. That is regeneration. Like this, various ways are there how reproduction, asexual reproduction, it takes place in case of various organisms. Now in case of plants, reproduction occurs by vegetative propagation. Now what is vegetative propagation? The parts of the plants, they help in formation of a new plant. Many a times we have seen a twig of the rose stem is taken and it is put in the soil and a new plant is developed. Especially in case of jasmine family, that means mogra and all. In case of that also you can see, if the twig is taken and it is put in the soil, a new plant can be formed. So part of the plant is taken and from that a new plant is developed. In case of potatoes, you have seen eyes on the potatoes. These eyes, they help in development of a new plant. In case of plants like radish and carrot, roots help in formation of a new plant. Plants like Bryophyllum. On the leaf margin, new plant is developed. So from the vegetative part, that means the roots, the stem, the leaves, new plant is formed. This we call it as asexual reproduction by vegetative propagation. It takes place only in case of plants. Another type of reproduction, asexual mode of reproduction that occurs is by spore formation. Fungus or fungi like mucor, they have a filamentous body. Sporangia are formed on the matured mucor. This sporangia, when it is full of spores, when it is completely matured, it bursts out, it breaks, and all the spores, they fall on the substratum. Substratum means where this fungus grows. It can be a moist bread or a chapati or a bhakri, spoiled bhakri on which it grows, and then many fungi they start growing. That means a fungal colony is formed. This is asexual mode of reproduction by spore formation. So today we saw how does asexual reproduction occurs in case of unicellular as well as multicellular organisms. In case of unicellular, we saw fission, that is binary fission, and multiple fission in case of protozoans. Then budding in case of yeast, that is unicellular fungus. Then we saw fragmentation, regeneration, budding in case of hydra. Then we saw vegetative propagation in case of plants, as well as we saw spore formation in case of fungus. In the next lecture, we will see how does sexual reproduction takes place in living organisms. Thank you.